Hey, Charlotte, you're not going to believe what I'm about to tell you. You've not heard anything about what's going on with me, have you? Oh, hi there, Sarah. What do you mean if I've heard anything? I'm not really sure what you're talking about. Well, I suppose I better tell you what's happened. I'm actually pregnant. I'm going to be having a baby. I really can't believe it's happening. I'm so excited. Oh, you're going to have a baby? Congratulations on that. Why, thank you, dear sister-in-law. I've been feeling really off lately, so I thought I'd better go to the doctor to see if there was something wrong. So the doctor ran some tests and things like that, and then came back to me to say I was pregnant. I was absolutely shocked, to be honest with you. But you're all right now, though, right? You're not feeling too bad? Have you been getting a fair bit of morning sickness or something? Yeah, quite a bit actually. I've been feeling super nauseous basically every day for a while now. So doing housework's getting more difficult and painful for me to do since I'm not feeling so good. I wanted to ask you if you could come over and do some of my housework for a while, at least until I feel better about doing it again. You want me to do your housework? I'm not quite sure, but I think I can try and help between midday and the evening. Oh, really? I thought you worked from home, so you can do other things while you're in the house. Can you try and come to my house in the mornings? You can rearrange things, can't you? Just rearrange the times, okay? Like I said, I'm not really sure if I can do that. In the mornings, I've got a lot of remote meetings that I need to attend. Really? That's the excuse you're using not to help me? Whatever, I guess your work's more important. Can you just come by tomorrow and start cleaning the house for me? Yeah, all right, I'll help you out. I'll start doing some of your cleaning tomorrow. I'll help you until you feel better and can do some things on your own. It would be reassuring if my amazing sister-in-law who got pregnant first could come over and do some work for me. Yeah, I guess. However, you're exaggerating a bit by saying I got pregnant first. Oh, really? Well, I'm sorry about that. I guess you didn't want me to mention the baby you lost when you got 2 months into your pregnancy. Maybe I shouldn't call you amazing then? Okay. Don't worry about it. I'm still really sad about it, but I feel a bit better about it in my head. Well, I guess that's good to hear. It's already been over a year since it happened anyways. Well, of course, I'm already 3 months along, so I'm relieved that nothing's happened to me. I'll be able to give birth to a healthy baby with no issues. It'll be so amazing to have a baby in the house. Yes, I suppose you will. I'm looking forward to meeting your baby when it comes. Anyways, I really felt so sorry for you when I heard that you lost your baby. It was going to be your parents' first grandchild, and it seemed like they were really looking forward to that. I still remember how excited they were, and then you lost it. It's such a shame. Maybe you'll never be able to carry a baby. That's true. They were wanting me to have that child really bad. Yeah, of course they were. Since I'm pregnant, I don't want to let the parents down if something were to happen to me or the baby. If the same thing happens again, you wouldn't want them to feel sad, would you? Well, I'd just pray that nothing happens to you, Sarah. So you're not going to tell your parents until you know that you're for sure able to give birth? Yeah, that's what I intend to do. There's a period of time that something could happen to the baby, so I want to make sure that I'm healthy and that the baby as well. I see. I suppose that's okay. But you're going to have to start telling people eventually. I suppose I'll just go ahead and tell my husband the good news then. Oh, no you won't. You're not going to tell my brother anything about this, okay? Well, I suppose I can wait to tell him. Anyway, I'll come and help you with the housework. Can you make sure that you don't get caught doing that so he doesn't ask questions? I'm 3 months pregnant and I think everything will be okay, but I'm still worried something will happen. Of all people, you're the only one who most understands my situation, right, Charlotte? I do understand, but it's still quite a different situation you're in. I'll tell my brother too when I'm in the stage that the baby's healthy and growing more. I don't want to tell anyone if I can help it yet. I see what you're saying, but if my husband suspects or asks me what's up with you, then I'll tell them. I don't want to keep secrets from my husband about his family. That's not something I feel comfortable in doing. Well, when you put it that way, I suppose that's fine. I'm really sorry about this. I know I'm asking some impossible tasks of you. No, it's okay. I kind of understand why you don't want people to know just yet. Just don't keep it a secret for too long, okay? Don't you think it's time for you both to try having a baby again? Wouldn't it be fun if the babies were in the same grade at school? That's true. It would be quite fun for them to share their memories and adventures together. But children are a gift, and we want to take our time. We'll wait until we're ready to have children. Oh my God, really? You're actually going to do that? I guess you can do that if you think it's a good idea. Right now, you and your baby are more of a concern to me than me trying to have a baby. I'll support you as much as possible, but you're going to have to let our family know what's going on eventually. You saying that has really helped me feel better about things. I still don't know much about being pregnant, so please tell me all the things I need to know about. Charlotte, I need you right now. Can you come and pick me up? Huh? What for? Did you go out after I just got home? Yes, I did. My friend wanted to give me an early congratulatory gift for having my baby. We could only meet at night since she was free. Oh, okay. Well, that's nice of her to do that. Look, I'm just in the middle of making dinner, so maybe you could get a taxi home? No, I can't get a taxi home. Can't you just stop what you're doing and come and get me? Huh? What's wrong with getting a taxi? I'm busy over here. I can't get a taxi because I've got no money on me. Just please come and get me. It'll make things a lot easier for me. Why didn't you take your wallet? Don't you have a credit card either? They take cards too. I get that, okay, but that's why I'm telling you that I can't right now. Just please hurry up and come and pick me up. Are you really going to make a pregnant woman wait on the streets? Okay, I understand. I won't make you wait too long. I'll leave my house now and pick you up. That's what I asked you, and you made it so difficult. There's nothing wrong with asking for a ride home from you, okay? Also, could you lend me $300? Wait, what? What do you need that sort of money for, Sarah? I don't get why you're questioning me so much, Charlotte. There's just one place I need to stop at before you take me back home, okay? Are you sure? Weren't you mostly in bed today because your morning sickness was really bad? I feel like I've bounced back from that, so I'm fine with doing things. Is that so? If you're not feeling well, it's best not to push yourself too much. I feel fine. That's why I'm wanting to do the things I need to do right now. So can you come and pick me up again around 10 o'clock? Sarah, I really shouldn't be out that late at night in the car, and my husband's back at home too. I could get caught. Can't you just please help me out with this? There's so many excuses you could make, such as going to the convenience store, am I right? He won't suspect a thing if you just lie a little bit. I don't think it's a good idea to be out late at night in the first place, especially since you should be at home resting. Even if you're feeling fine now, you might not feel so good tomorrow, so you need to rest and save your energy for the baby. I understand what you're saying, but this is today we're talking about, and I've got things to do. Pregnant women should be able to spread their wings every once in a while with no questions asked. But I don't get what you'd be able to do at that time of night. Probably not much. I know what I need to do, all right, because unlike you, I don't mess things up. You shouldn't say things like that to me. I wasn't even pushing myself when I lost the baby. I just happened to be unlucky, and I guess it just wasn't my time to have a child. I get it. You don't even know why you lost the baby when you were doing all the right things, but of course I'm fine. I'm not going to lose my baby. If you say so, Sarah, I'm not going to stop you doing what you need to do. Okay, good. So stop dragging on this pointless conversation that I've got no time for this. I need to get things done. Hurry up and come and get me. You need to prioritize me since I'm the pregnant one and need all the help I can get. Hi, Sarah. I'm sorry to bother you at this hour. I was taking a bath and I didn't take my phone with me. What is it that you want at this time? I'm sorry, Charlotte, for texting so late, but just pretend that I've decided to stay at your house tonight. Huh? What do you mean stay over? What's going on? If my husband asks you where I am, just say that I wanted to stay over at yours for the night. Huh? Why would you want me to lie for you? Could you stop with the interrogation and just do as I say? You should be treating me with a bit more leniency since I'm pregnant, right? Just because you're pregnant, Sarah, it doesn't mean you can do whatever you feel like doing. People need to know where you are. If I'm going to lie to people about where you're staying, are you going to tell me where you'll be at for the night? I was having such a great conversation with my friend that we wanted to continue talking, so I'm going to their house for the night. Well, if that's the case, wouldn't it be better to tell your husband that you're going, just so he knows where you are? What's the big deal about telling him that? No way am I going to tell him anything, and neither are you. He'll get mad if he knows that I'm hanging out with a friend this late at night. Lately, he's been urging me to stay at home since I'm pregnant and should be looking after myself. If he knows I'm at your house, he won't be so concerned about me and won't question what I'm doing so much. Just please do this little favor for me, would you, Charlotte? And keep your mouth shut about where I'm going. Sarah, you're pregnant and you're going to continue getting bigger. Just please go home and rest. You need to look after your baby. Your husband's right about you needing to be at home so he can look after you and help you with errands. Oh, shut up, Charlotte. He barely helps me. Maybe you're just jealous that I can still go out whilst I'm pregnant and be able to carry a child around in the first place. You know I'm right about that. You're completely useless when it comes to bearing children. But I, on the other hand, will be able to carry my child to full term. That's why you're so against what I do, aren't you? Why are you saying all of these terrible things to me? What did I ever do to you, Sarah? Hey, I'm just saying what's on my mind. You keep questioning me and it's so frustrating. I just wanted to be honest with you. I'm sorry if that's not the way you see the situation. Well, it's just making me more worried than I should be. What you're doing is very odd. I don't think so. Who knows, really? I suppose this is making you frustrated as well, right? No, that's not what I think at all. I just want your child to be born happy and healthy, so I'm worried about your condition, especially when you go out so late at night. Why are you being so attached to me and this child? It's kind of gross, to be honest. Is it all because you want what you can't have? What's that supposed to mean, Sarah? I'm just wanting you to bring a healthy child into the world. This side of you is gross, and it makes me cringe when you say things like that. Even my parents bought all that crap right away when they met you. I think it's so fake. Do you think you're good at flattering people or something? Well, I don't intend on being like that. I just want to be a nice person to everyone. Aren't you going with my mom to a show or something like that? Yes, we won tickets to go and see something. But you didn't invite me to it. Don't you realize I feel like an outcast in this? Well, I didn't invite you because when I mentioned it, you weren't interested at all. But you didn't need to make me feel like an outcast, all right? You're actually so fake, and in reality, you've got a mean personality. It seems like I'm the only one who knows your true nature, but you still try and support me in this pregnancy. It's so odd. Are you doing this so that my parents will praise you for all the hard work you did? Would you quit it with all these weird assumptions? All I did was listen to you when you asked for my help with the housework. I did as you wished. Oh, shut up, Charlotte. This is a sensitive time for me. Don't do things that make me feel wound up. If something happens to my baby, it's all your fault, okay? I think we're on completely different pages here, and I'm feeling super uncomfortable in this conversation. Okay, whatever. Look, if my husband calls, just talk to him and tell him I'm with you. Just do as I say, all right? Okay, Charlotte, when you come over to my house, please buy some tuna for me. I'm afraid I can't do that for you, Sarah. What do you mean? Are you trying to tell me to stop eating tuna just because it's fish? There's no need to worry so much about that. It's all right. I'm fine, so just go out and buy it and bring it to me. That's not the problem here, Sarah. Then don't worry and just buy it then. The baby inside me is doing well, so just get me my tuna. Look, Sarah, do you really still need my help with everything? You seem to be able to hang out with your friends a lot. So does that mean you're able to do some of the housework yourself? No, I can't just do the housework. I'm still really tired during the day and I've been a bit anemic through this pregnancy. I'll start doing it when I'm ready to do it and I'm better. Just take care of me for a while longer so I can give birth to a healthy child. Well, what I'm trying to say is I don't like this, as I don't think there's any need for me to help you out when I think you can do a lot of the work. How am I supposed to look after a child who's not even born yet? That's your job since you're carrying it. What's that supposed to mean? Why won't you look after my unborn child? You're supposed to help me be at ease during this pregnancy. I mean what I said. I'm sure you understand what I meant. Are you trying to tell me that I'm going to lose my child? You can't just say that sort of thing to a pregnant woman. Why would you say such cruel things? I'm going to tell the mothers around me about the horrible things you say to me, that you hurt my feelings. What are you talking about? Why are you twisting my words? I never said anything about you losing the baby. You're the one who's pregnant in the first place. With you carrying it, you need to look after it. Well, I can't say that I'm often... What's wrong with asking for your help? you're the one in the wrong since you're lying about being pregnant to everyone because of your affair. Have you not thought about that? My affair? What on earth are you talking about? Why are you making such crap up? Oh dear, I know everything you've done, Sarah. Don't even try to deny it. I was wondering why you were keeping your pregnancy a secret. So I started to investigate why you were doing that. You seriously started spying on me? Are you kidding me? How did you do that? How do you think? I hired a private investigator, of course, and I also did my own search as well. Oh, for goodness sake, are you crazy? Why would you get someone to stalk me? I don't think I'm the one who's crazy when I did nothing wrong. You were hanging out with the man you're having an affair with, weren't you? Do you really think that? Where's your proof that I was? I could have been with anyone. I can say that it was him because I've seen the proof. I found out that your friend that I used to drop you off at was actually his house all along. I feel so bad that I indirectly had a part to play in your indiscretions. I feel really guilty when I shouldn't. You're the one in the wrong, not me. I can't believe this. You've completely misunderstood everything, right? The man you think I'm having an affair with, he's just a friend. If he's just a friend, then how come I've got a photo of you both kissing outside of his house? Do you really think friends like that kiss for a long period of time? Also, the OBGYN you go to just prescribes pills, right? He doesn't do anything more than that, right? Oh wait, just kiss you and have an affair with you. Nothing to worry about, right? Fine, I admit it. But what's a secret between two women anyway? What's the big deal? Excuse me? Are you expecting me to keep this a secret? Don't you realize how terrible that is? If you keep this a secret, then I'll be able to help you out with whatever you like in the future if something goes wrong. Well, during your life, there's probably things that you don't want you to tell your family or your husband, right? When the time comes, you can tell me. That's not a bad thing, okay? I'll never need to do that, Sarah. I don't cheat or hide secrets from my husband. We've got a relationship where we communicate everything. But won't you get tired of dealing with the same person day after day? I have, and I bet you will too. No, because there's a thing called love and trust, Sarah. There's one thing that bothers me about all this. If you answer honestly, then maybe I'll consider your idea. I might be nice and keep what's happened to myself. It'll only be for your baby's sake. Answer honestly? What are you talking about? Haven't you found out enough about what's going on anyways? Why are you keeping your pregnancy such a secret? Is there something that you don't want others to find out? You've not told your mother-in-law and you've not told your husband the truth, have you? It's because I don't want to say anything in case I lose the baby. Besides, once they know, everyone will be treating me well, right? Do you really think I'm going to believe that lie? You really are the worst person I've dealt with in my life, Sarah. I gave you my answer, so promise me you'll protect my secret. I don't need anyone else finding out when it's really none of their business. You really think that I'm going to keep a secret like that? No way, Sarah. I'm not going to do that. I just said I'd consider your idea. Are you kidding me? You're just playing me? You can't treat a pregnant woman like this. And you can't go behind your husband's back and get pregnant with another man's baby, Sarah. There's no way I'm protecting you from what happens to you. Just wait a minute, okay? Please, don't tell my husband. My baby needs a good father. I'll pay you hush money if need be. I don't need any hush money. Also, I better tell you that your husband can see all the messages you've sent. He's sitting here beside me. Charlotte, please tell me you're joking. You can't do this to me. I haven't done anything to you. It seems like you're in big trouble now, Sarah. You've made your bed, now lie in it. Don't contact me again. I am not helping you out of the web you've spun for yourself. Please, don't do this to me. What am I supposed to do with the baby? I really need help. Don't abandon me with this. Please, Charlotte, answer me. Of course, with the discovery of her affair, Sarah and her husband got divorced. Both parents were shocked, and she wasn't let back into the family home. I've got no idea where she is. The last time I saw her, she came by asking for money. She started working at various cafes, but she eventually ran out of money and asked her ex-husband for help. He kicked her out without giving her as much as a penny. By that time, she was in a dilapidated condition. She might be in an even worse position now. No one has sympathy for her as she's so self-centered. I returned to a more relaxed and comfortable life without her in it. I actually told my husband what was happening since the beginning. I never wanted to lie to him as we share so much together. After a few months passed, I found out I was pregnant again. The baby is well and we're both healthy. I want to give as much love as possible to my newborn baby as I wish I could have done with the first baby I got pregnant with. Thank you for watching. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to see more content like this.
Thank you for watching. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel.
Hi, Serena. Thank you for sending us a package. I just received it. Hi, Gwen. I'm glad you got it. It's nothing really, just some sweets for the holidays. But I hope everyone likes it. Merry Christmas. It's too bad we couldn't spend the holidays together this year. But I am hopeful for next year. Yeah, sure. Listen. It's nice of you to send this, but why did you send us only one box? Huh? What do you mean? It's not just me and my husband here. Have you forgotten about my mom? She lives with us, you know? I don't know if one box will be enough for all of us. Oh, sorry. I guess it wasn't enough for the three of you. You should have counted before you sent it. You can just send us another one. It's fine if it arrives after Christmas. You can add a bottle of wine too, to go with the chocolates. Okay, sure. I can do that. Why do I always have to teach you these things, Serena? You know, if you and Harris were more appreciative of us taking care of Mom, you would notice these things. If it weren't for us, you two would be taking care of her instead. So, if you're grateful for us at all, you should show your consideration more. You're right. I wasn't thinking enough. My apologies. Good. Now you understand. Just be careful not to take things for granted. Because we gave up our life in this city to live with Mom. We would have stayed if we could, instead of living in this tiny little town. Is that so? I must have heard it wrong then. I was told you asked to live with Rose in her home. No, it's the other way around. My mother was probably trying to act strong. I can imagine she lied because she didn't want you to think she was weak. She used to call me up all the time, telling me how lonely she was, all by herself in her house. She had begged me to come live with her because she was afraid no one would know if something happened to her. Oh, I see. Poor Rose. She is old. She must have felt unsafe to live on her own, especially since her knees were getting bad. I don't blame her for feeling unsafe alone. Hey, is there anything we can do to support Rose? You can let us know anytime. We're always happy to help. Well, actually, there is something. I want to buy Mom a new bed. Do you think you and Harris can pitch in? Yes, of course. I want to get her an electric bed. You know, the kind where you can adjust the height or reclining angle. She's been having trouble getting out of her bed because of her knee. But the bed costs over $1,000 though. If you could help pay half of it, that would be wonderful. Sure, I will let Harris know. He won't say no. Thanks. Mom would be so happy. I was hesitant to buy since it's so expensive though. But with your help, it should all work out. I'm glad we can assist you and Rose. I will let you know where to wire the money. Can you transfer the money by the end of this week? Absolutely. Great. I will let you know if there's anything else you can do to help us.
Hello, Serena. I am terribly sorry to bother you during work hours. Do you have a minute?
Hi, Rose. Of course. I haven't spoken to you in a while. How are you? Is everything okay?
I need to talk to you about something. Can you spare me like an hour sometime soon? It's quite urgent.
I can talk now.
I thought you were working today.
Yes, I am, but it's okay. I work from home and my working hours are flexible. I can decide for myself when I take breaks. Would you like me to call you now?
No, I'm sorry, but I can't speak on the phone. I don't want her to hear me talking.
What do you mean? Rose, where are you right now? Are you in some kind of trouble?
I'm at home, but I need to talk to you about my daughter.
Oh, I see. So you don't want Gwen to hear this.
Indeed. I feel awful asking my daughter-in-law for help, but I can't do this anymore.
Do what anymore? What's going on?
I can't live with my daughter and her husband any longer. I've been acting like everything is fine, but I've been faking it all along. I've really had enough. I want to leave this house immediately.
Oh my gosh, Rose. Tell me, what is going on?
It's been about half a year since they moved in. But when they did, the first thing they did was confiscate my bank card. I can't use my own money because they took it from me. I got my pension money in that account. I also had some savings in there too. But they are using it all for themselves.
What? That is horrible. Why would they do something like that? Wait a minute. Gwen told me a few months ago that you had asked her to move in with you. Is it not true?
Absolutely not. I have never said anything like that. I was enjoying living on my own, and I was preparing to sell this home to join a group home so that I don't cause my family trouble. But then she suddenly began to offer to take care of me. I told her I didn't need her to. She wouldn't listen, though. Gwen and her husband practically forced themselves into this house.
Oh, wow. So, if she lied to me, she must have planned to use your money from the beginning. That's why she moved in with you.
I think so. It's also her husband, Tom. He's problematic. I know he always had trouble keeping a job, but in the past 6 months he changed jobs twice already. I think they are coming after my money because they couldn't pay for themselves anymore.
Rose, I'm so sorry. I wish I would have known sooner. I'm such an idiot for believing Gwen.
Don't be sorry. Nothing is your fault. I'm the one who kept it from you and Harris. I didn't want the two of you to worry, especially because we don't live nearby, and I was so embarrassed. I tried to solve it all on my own, but it keeps getting worse. Have you been in contact with Gwen recently? You should be careful too.
We actually wired her some money a couple of times. She asked us for financial support. For you.
What?
She said she was going to buy you an electric bed and also take you on vacation.
I have never gotten a bed, nor have been anywhere these past 6 months.
So, you never went to the vineyards last month?
They went somewhere a little while ago, but I don't even know where. The only thing they are good at is not spending money on me. They would use it freely for themselves, though.
So it was all a lie.
Oh, Serena, I am so sorry they took your money too. I should have warned you much earlier.
It's okay, it's not your fault. We need to get you out of there quickly. Come to our house. You are free to stay with us as long as you wish.
I can't possibly ask you to take me in. I was going to move out anyway. I just wanted to ask if the two of you would be my guarantor when I find a group home to join.
You haven't found one yet, though. It will take months.
Well, I guess.
I can't let you live in that house with them for a day longer. Come stay with us, please.
Thank you so much, Serena. I can't thank you enough.
You should have been treated with respect in the first place. I'm only doing what normal people would do for their family. I will make sure Harris knows about this.
Actually, can you not tell him just yet? I would like to prioritize getting out of here first. Harris would be furious when he finds out. I am scared that he would get emotional and call Gwen before I get out of here. If that happens, I don't know what she would do to me. You see, that's why I contacted you. Because I knew you would handle things logically.
You're right about Harris. He can get heated up very quickly when it comes to his family. He is very protective of his loved ones. Alright then, let me handle him later. I will arrange your escape immediately.
Serena, you witch! You went behind my back! You helped my mother leave this house, didn't you?
Yes, I did. Quite proudly. Why do you think I helped her, huh? No one would ever want to live with horrible people like you. You have been using her money and treating her horribly. Your very own mother.
Huh. Well, you can take her. I don't care, because I am done with her. All her savings are gone now. And her pension money was so petty. It didn't do us much good. The only downside of her leaving is that there is no one to do all the housework now.
My God, Gwen, have you no shame? You stole from your elderly mother. How could you be so cold?
We did her a favor by living with her. She should have been thankful for the security we have provided by agreeing to live with her in this house. Besides, I am her daughter. What is so wrong about a daughter managing her mother's money for her? She's too old to be doing it herself.
No, you invited yourselves into that house. I know the truth, Gwen. She never asked you to live with her. She told you she was fine on her own, but you ignored her. So anyone with common sense would agree that you and Tom are the ones who should be paying Rose.
Don't lecture me. You all should be thanking me. I agreed to live with a lonely old hag. I kept her company.
How dare you call her that? Rose is your mother. You are unbelievable. How did you end up like that, Gwen? Oh, and you need to pay us back too. You never bought her any bed. You never took her to the vineyards. We know you tricked us.
Stop being such a cheapskate. I know you two make a lot of money. It must be nothing for you and Harris. And no, I can give you back what you guys gave us.
All right then. I won't ask again. But under one condition. From here on, you stay away from all of us.
What? That's it? Do you think I would come fetch her or something?
I don't know what you would do at all. So in exchange that we forget about the money you took from us, you need to promise not to contact us ever again. No matter what happens to you or Tom, we will not be helping you. Ever.
Sure, I can do that. That's such an easy promise for us, actually. We won't be needing any help from you because we will have cash. Now that she's gone, we can finally sell this house. So keep her. She's all yours. I'm glad to get rid of our big setback. We are much better off without her.
Okay then. We have nothing more to say to you. We are not related in any kind of way, starting now.
Great. We will do as we please going forward, so stay out of our business. And make sure Harris and Mom understands that they are never welcome in their old house again. In fact, we are no longer family. Bye! Serena! What the hell?
What is it, Gwen? I thought we agreed not to talk anymore.
What is going on? There are big trucks and construction workers at our house. They said they were taking down the house.
Oh, that. Well, I'm glad things are on schedule then.
Huh? What did you do? You can't take the house down. Are you mad? We live here.
You are trespassing on private property, so please get out now. Also, we are turning the property into a parking lot.
Excuse me? You don't have the authority to decide any of that. Get these people out now.
Gwen, come on. You can't be that dumb. Don't you know that Rose is the legal owner of that property? It is completely up to her what she decides to do with it. If she says you're trespassing, then you are. If you continue to stay, she will call the police.
What? No, she can't be the owner. I changed my address with the post office. My license registration has been changed too. So did she when she moved out. It must mean I officially own this house now.
Post office and registration may be complete, but that's not enough to change ownership. Surely you know these things as an adult, right?
What? No, that can't be.
Oh well, yikes. I guess I was right. Rose told me you never asked for the documents regarding your property, so I had a feeling you might not know. Thank goodness you two are super dumb.
We don't have anywhere else to go. What are we going to do?
I have no idea. But if I'm correct, they are taking down the eastern half of the house first. Perhaps you can sleep in the western half while it's still there. I don't know if it'll be safe though. And you probably won't have any water or electricity after they start. So you guys should consider leaving as soon as you can. The rest of the house will be taken down in a matter of days.
I'm not talking about what we will do for the next couple of days. Where the hell are we supposed to go after that?
Like I said, I have no idea. I'm sure you will find something. I told you we are not helping you. no matter what.
You can't just abandon us like that! You're taking down my house! You're making us leave! You have to do something!
No, sorry. Remember, you said we are no longer family? So there is nothing we can do for you. All we care about is that you leave the property. After that, we don't care what happens to you or Tom. You should have invited yourselves into that house in the first place.
I don't believe it. This is not happening.
That's how we felt about you for a while now. We still can't believe you would steal money from your mother and try to take over her house. We are in disbelief of what a monster you have become.
It's all her fault.
What? Why?
She didn't help us when we needed it. We asked her for financial help because Tom was quitting his job. But she didn't give us anything.
Liar. She used to send money every month. The reason she had stopped sending you money was because the two of you didn't do anything to improve the situation.
That was not our fault. Tom just had bad luck. Every job he got was low pay and under horrible environment. We didn't have enough because he had to keep switching jobs.
Well, you should have worked then. Instead, you did nothing. Why do you think Rose would want to continue to give money to someone who sat on the couch all day? She's not a billionaire, you know. Her resources are limited too.
I was going to get a job soon, and I was going to invest in stock or something with the cash we get from selling the house. I was going to make more money. How could you ruin my plan? You should have at least told me.
Invest in stock? Gwen, you didn't even understand the steps of owning a house. What do you know about investment?
I was going to study before I do anything.
I see. Well, I'll be nice and give you advice for the last time. First, get a job. Both of you. Don't quit until you make enough to pay for yourselves. Save some money first, then make an investment.
We don't have that kind of time. We could begin the investment right away if we sold this house. Give it back! Mom doesn't need this house if she's living with you now.
Give it back? Have you been paying attention? It was never yours. God, it is so difficult to have a logical conversation with you. Sorry, but none of us are giving you anything. If you don't want to be homeless, I suggest you find somewhere to stay fast. The house will be taken down completely in a couple of days.
I can't get a hold of Mom or Harris. Where are they? I would like to make a formal apology to them. Will you get them to take my call?
Nope.
Why the hell do you keep getting in my way? You're not my real sister. Let me talk to my family.
You said you are no longer family. I have nothing to do with you now. Therefore, will not be answering. You should be thankful that I am, at all. For the record, Rose's pension money will be going into a new account she has created. The bank card you took is useless.
No! Wait! You can't take that away from us! We really won't be able to get by with it! Please, Serena! We don't have a penny! We would really become homeless!
Rose gets her pension money because she worked. That is her money. You never should have depended on it. And you should be very thankful that she is not coming after you to get her money back.
I'm sorry! I was wrong about everything! Let me apologize to my mother! Please, you have to help us! I'm begging you!
No means no. Oh, I have a message from your former family. They said, don't ever come near us again. We are not related in any kind of way. You are no longer family. Well, looks like we are all on the same page about that. Gwen and Tom was given a couple more days before the construction workers began to make drilling noises on their bedroom wall. It was the Rose's last mercy on them so that they could figure out their next step. Little did they know that the whole thing was an act. The construction workers were hired to make sounds to pretend the house was being taken down. It was my husband's plan to scare the couple away. The house remains intact and was recently sold to a young family. After they fled, Rose was able to collect her belongings, including a safe that had my father-in-law's bank information in it. Thankfully, Gwen never knew it was in the house. Rose had kept quiet about it because she knew Gwen would use it all in a blink. It bugged me that Gwen had stolen money from Roso and suggested we sue her. But Rose laughed it off, saying it was a cheap price to pay to get rid of a dumb, ungrateful daughter. Gwen tried to approach us several times after our last conversation, but we kept ignoring until finally she stopped. After a while, I called her with my number withheld out of curiosity. Her number was no longer in use. I bet she had to let go of her phone because she couldn't pay for it anymore. But I couldn't care less about what kind of life she is living now. Even if she appeared in front of me homeless, I would never help her. I hope she gets what she deserved. We were quite busy after Rose moved in with us. She didn't want to wait on looking for a group home she would be comfortable moving into. Since I love Rose very much, I don't mind if she stays with us a little longer, but she insists on moving on. The last thing she wants is to be a burden on us. Her kindness and sense of humor made living with her very enjoyable for me. Next month, she will be moving into a group home she found, close enough from our house so I can visit her frequently. I know she will have fun in her new environment, and I also want to make her remaining days in our house unforgettable. I plan to fill it with happy moments and laughter. Despite of what happened with Gwen, Rose will always be an important member of family, no matter where she may be.
Thank you for watching. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel.
Peep texts!
Simon, is now a good time? There's something I need to talk to you about.
Hey, what's up? If you think it's something I can help with, then I'm happy to talk.
It's about Oliver.
Oh, I'm sorry, Kate. I'm not really supposed to discuss school matters privately. I know we might be childhood friends, but I could get in trouble if people knew we were discussing that kind of thing outside of the official channels. Who's to say how the other moms might react?
I understand. I'm really sorry about this and I hate to trouble you. But before I call the school, I thought it might be best to talk to you first, since you are his teacher and all. I know it's not normally how things are done, but please, can you make an exception just this once?
Okay, Kate. But I mean it. I really can only do this once. So what's up?
So here's the thing. Oliver recently started saying he doesn't want to go to school anymore. I've asked him so many times, but he won't tell me why.
Huh? By any chance, is that why he's been absent the last 2 days? I'm sorry. I heard you call in reporting it as an illness. So I just thought he was a little under the weather.
Look, there's no kid that age who doesn't feel like taking the day off every now and then, right? So, to be totally honest with you, I did let him have one day off. But then he said he didn't want to go today either, and now he's refusing to go tomorrow too. He won't listen to anything I say. I asked him if he's having some kind of problem at school, but he won't tell me anything at all.
Oh, I'm sorry, Kate. I really thought I had a good idea of the situation in class. But based on what you told me, it sounds like there might be something going on that I don't know about.
I see. Would you mind keeping a closer eye on him for the time being? I'm so sorry to trouble you like this.
It's fine, don't sweat it. Here's what I'll do. I'll speak to some of Oliver's friends about this and see if I can find out what's going on. Don't worry, we'll get to the bottom of this. I'll contact you as soon as I know anything. Don't let this get you down, okay? Let's just see how things play out and take it from there. If you pry too much when he already feels down, I think there's a chance it might make him hate school even more. And then he'll never end up coming back.
You're right. Got it. Thank you. Oh, by the way, if it seems like this is gonna drag on any longer, I'll go through the proper channels and contact the school next time. I assume they'll speak to you about it in that case, so I can only apologize in advance for any inconvenience. But you're right. For the time being, let's just see what we can find out. Thanks, Simon.
Kate, I haven't heard from you in a while. Is everything okay? Oliver still hasn't been showing up at school. If by any chance, are you holding off on contacting me because of what I said about me getting in trouble? If so, look, we've already crossed the Rubicon. So we may as well at least get to the bottom of what's going on with Oliver. Don't worry, okay? I want Oliver back in class more than anyone. Which is why I want you to know you can talk to me if you're still having problems. I want to help you.
Oh, sorry. I've been so busy I forgot to reply.
Huh? What the hell are you playing at? Your kid's skipping school and you're too busy to reply to me? I didn't know you were that kind of person.
Huh. That's funny. I was just about to say the same thing about you. Because I had no idea you'd do something like this.
Wait a second. Why are you getting mad at me all of a sudden? What did I do?
You told me the other day about why Oliver didn't want to go to school anymore, didn't you? Because he fell out with his friends and felt isolated?
Yeah, well, I mean, this kind of thing happens all the time. I couldn't tell you how many times I've seen it. But you know, his friends said they feel bad and want to apologize. Everyone's waiting for him to come back. They even said they were going to go over to your house and try encouraging him to come back.
Yes, and they did, very kindly. But that's not the truth, is it? Because you're the one who turned him into a social pariah in class, aren't you?
Me? I'm his teacher. What the hell are you saying? You really think I'd do that to one of my own students?
Listen to me. All I'm doing is telling the truth.
The truth? Give me a break. You can't seriously be claiming. Do you think there are still teachers around who do that kind of thing? Even elementary school kids have smartphones at this day and age. Our conduct has to be flawless at all times. One wrong move, and suddenly the whole world would be talking about it on social media. Can you just calm down and think about what you're saying?
You're right. It really would be unbelievable if there was a teacher acting like that in this day and age. But believe me, I am calm. I am messaging you from a place of calmness.
No way. How could you say that? We're childhood friends, damn it! Kate, what reason could I possibly have for wanting to turn your son into the class loner?
Oh, I can think of a reason. Because you wanted to take revenge on me for turning down your marriage proposal. Because I married the guy you hated instead.
Wow, that? Seriously? Listen to me carefully. I couldn't give 1/10 of a heck about what happened back then. It was over 10 years ago. It's all water under the bridge to me now. Do you really think I still have feelings for you after all this time? I'm over you.
I didn't think so before all this, at least. That's why I gave you my phone number when I moved back to our hometown. But it would appear I made a huge mistake.
How about you calm down and stop blathering yourself? You're a worn-out old hag with a kid, for God's sakes. Who would want anything to do with you? Stop fantasizing. And what the hell does me falling out with your husband have to do with anything? Stop coming up with weird excuses to justify your lunatic behavior and start taking your meds. You're creeping me out.
Your dad's a good-for-nothing high school dropout. Your genes are worth less than dirt, and you'll never amount to anything, you miserable little worm. If you dare tell your mom about anything I say to you, you're both gonna need to start looking over your shoulders. Did I miss anything? That's what you said to Oliver in class, isn't it? Not only that, but you banned all of his classmates from speaking to him. What do you think you're doing? Are you seriously trying to take revenge on me through my son? Is this really what kind of person you are?
Wow. Just wow. I'm speechless. This is beyond ridiculous. This is just some pile of baloney you heard from Oliver. Kids are masterful liars. It comes as naturally to them as breathing. Surely you as a mother would know that. Could you please not try and turn me into some kind of monster without having a shred of evidence to back it up? You're tapped in the head. You seemed a lot wiser and more reasonable back when we were kids. It's kind of disappointing seeing how you turned out.
It is exactly because I'm a mother that I know he's telling the truth. If I didn't believe my own son, what would that make me? Do you have any idea how much it hurt him to be told such horrible things by his own school teacher? You call yourself a teacher.
God, what is it with that question? It's like some kind of freaking slogan for angry moms. I'm sick of hearing it already. Yes, actually, I do call myself a teacher. Now, I'm gonna tell you something. Make sure you remember it. Being a teacher means I spend more time with the kids throughout the year than their own parents, which is why I need you to start treating what I say with a little bit more credibility. I mean, really, you're gonna believe the word of some lying kid over a highly respected adult? Come on, which is it gonna be? Who do you believe?
I believe my son!
I see. Okay, Mommy, let me ask you a question. Where's the proof? Hold on, let's see it. If you're gonna accuse me of saying all this stuff to Oliver, then you must have proof.
I have no way of proving what you said to Oliver.
Okay, then this conversation is over. If you refuse to cease and desist, I'll report you to the school for harassment.
This conversation is not over. I might not be able to prove that you said anything to Oliver, but I can prove that you banned everyone else in the class from speaking to him.
I gotta be honest, you're really bugging me now. I have no idea what kind of proof you think you have, but if you want to report me to the school, then go right ahead. Do whatever you like.
Okay, I will. That's exactly what I'll do.
This is the perfect opportunity to tell you. So get this. Even if, for argument's sake, I did do something, you should know that I have friends in high places who will be there to protect me if I need it.
Friends in high places? A teacher? Who would protect you?
My uncle. He's on the board of education. If anything happens to me, he'll have my back. To put it bluntly, he'll make sure every last one of your wild accusations disappears.
So that's why you think you've got free reign to do whatever you want, huh? Suddenly, everything makes sense. If that's how you want to play this, I have a little something of my own to tell you.
Huh?
It really is a coincidence about my father-in-law, don't you think?
Your father-in-law?
My husband's dad is the superintendent of the Board of Education. It would be extremely foolish of you to believe you're invincible just because your uncle happens to be a board member.
Really? By the way, about that proof. You just said you had proof?
Oh, what's this? You seem to have changed your tune. Didn't you just tell me to do what I wanted?
Quit harping on and show me the proof already! You need to understand that you don't have a hope in hell of taking me down based on the word of a few brats alone, if that's all you have. It's more than possible they could cook up some story together to try to get me fired. That kind of thing does happen, you know.
The proof is the recording of you threatening your students. Remember? You said it yourself after all, about how even elementary school kids have smartphones in this day and age.
Recording? Cell phones are forbidden in class! They're to be kept in lockers and used only at break time! I don't believe you! All students know they'll be severely reprimanded if they're caught with their phones in class. We have a very strong system of deterrence in place.
Duh, I know that. Who doesn't? Do you seriously not know that kids hide them in their pockets and sneak them into class despite having been a teacher all these years? Besides, since when did the threat of the teacher getting angry ever stop kids from breaking the rules? Most importantly, he did it to help out a friend in need.
Who was it? Who recorded me? I want a name now!
Like hell I'm telling you anything.
Shut up and give me a name! Now!
Even if you knew their name, it wouldn't protect you from what's coming. Have you even thought this through? The teacher who bullies and intimidates his own students versus the students who break the rules to protect their friend? How do you think this ends? You don't need to be a genius to figure it out. In any case, even if you don't understand, you will soon. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have nothing more to say to you. Never contact me again.
You're not going anywhere! Don't try to run away from me! I said I wanted a name! Who recorded me? You will pay for this insolence! You all will! Kate, I think I owe you an apology over what happened with Oliver. I'm truly sorry. The way things are going, it's looking like I might not be a teacher for much longer. I abused my position due to personal grievance, which is absolutely unacceptable and should never have happened. I've reflected on what I did, and I'm truly sorry. So please, will you find it in your heart to forgive me for what I did to Oliver? And Oliver himself? If he forgives me, I might still be in with a shot of salvaging things at work. Please, will you give me a chance to apologize to him in person?
I told you never to contact me again, didn't I? I'll be letting the school know you contacted me directly and not through your lawyer like you were supposed to. I will never forgive you for bullying, victimizing, intimidating, and threatening my son. A person like you should never have been allowed to become a teacher in the first place. I'll make sure you never get a chance to see Oliver again.
Please. I did this for a reason. I really did love you, Kate. Which is why I was so shocked and hurt when I found out you were marrying that high school dropout. I always thought I'd be the one to marry you. I could have made you so much happier. But then when I got down on one knee and you turned me down, my world fell apart.
Yes, Simon. I know.
You do? You finally understand? In that case, maybe you and me could finally give it a shot. I've been waiting all my life for this moment. Will you be mine, Kate?
No, I mean, I know what a despicable, hopeless waste of space you are. Did you really think I was going to say yes to your proposal? We never even dated. Never contact me again. You disgust me.
What? You got some nerve. This was all your fault to begin with.
What?
If you weren't in my life to begin with, none of this would have ever happened. I would have never developed feelings for you. I never would have proposed to you. And now this. I wouldn't be in this mess either. If you didn't exist, your son wouldn't have just happened to be a student at the school I teach at. I mean, I'm his form teacher? Is this some big cosmic joke? It was bad enough that you rejected me without having to see your husband's offspring set staring at me every day. It could be more humiliating. Why can't you understand how I feel?
So you're saying this is all my fault? Good. Your absolute lack of remorse only strengthens my resolve to do what I have to do. Mark my words, you will be dealt with. There is no place for someone so deranged and bitter that they drag their personal affairs into their professional life to the extent of damaging their own students' mental health. If you're so desperate for someone to pull you out of the hole you dug, they're gonna need the mother of all shovels, and you're wasting your time with me. Oh, I know. Your uncle's on the Board of Education, isn't he? Try asking him. Oliver became incredibly emotionally unstable after Simon said all that awful stuff to him. One of his classmates noticed that his mood seemed to drop every time the teacher went over to speak to him. He was so concerned that his mom called me after school to discuss the situation. She said she thought there was a possibility that Mr. Pierce, aka Simon, was harassing him. What's more, apparently my son wasn't the only student he'd threatened. Oliver's friends, too, were told that if they told their parents about how they weren't allowed to speak to him, he'd ban everyone from speaking to them, too. After finding out the truth, me and the other moms all joined forces. They were all so kind, and each tasked their children with paying close attention to the dynamics between Simon and Oliver in class, and report back to us with anything they noticed. Everyone soon became aware that something unpleasant was happening, but even still we found it difficult to take definite action for lack of concrete evidence. Which is why I was relieved to hear one of Oliver's friends was clever enough to record Simon threatening him. Even though they knew if they were found out, they'd end up in the same situation or worse. I was moved to tears by the level of kindness and bravery doing something like that must have taken. Oliver told me everything when I gave him the news that we'd been collecting evidence and were ready to present it to the school. I've never seen him look so relieved in my life. Then, we finally made our official report to the school and Board of Education. Simon's teaching license was revoked, and he was fired on the spot. By the way, you know how he said his uncle was a board member? It was actually true. But ironically, far from making everything disappear, as he'd naively expected, he was actually angrier than anyone and vehemently demanded he receive the most severe penalty. It just goes to show you can't expect someone to have your back when you're in the wrong just because you happen to be related to them. That man is so deluded it's disturbing. With his former bully gone and things at school having calmed down, Oliver made his long-awaited comeback. He graduated with flying colors just this year. I can't deny I was a little anxious at the time about Simon trying to get his own back against my son somehow. I thought about moving house, changing schools, and all sorts of other potential solutions. But ultimately, Oliver was dead set on graduating alongside all of his friends, and I wanted to respect that. I did start dropping him off and picking him up from school by car every day just to be safe. But even still, I'm so happy he was able to graduate at the school he was used to with the friends he loved. I was showered with thanks by the teachers at the school, as well as members of a local crime prevention organization. The other day, Oliver came up to me and said, "Mom, 2 juices and 2 ice creams, please." After which, a beautiful young lady walked in. Oliver got a girlfriend! It just so happens that she was none other than the girl who smuggled her phone into class and took the recording that led to my son's bully's dismissal. I found myself moved to tears yet again, this time while preparing juice and ice creams. I'd prefer if you guys didn't mention what a crybaby I am to anyone, though.
Thank you for watching. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel.